So in 2022-23, we opened the Welcome Space as a warm space to help people with living cost crisis. I kind of came along as a volunteer sort of in January of that winter. And as we kind of progressed through the winter and into the spring, we realised that it wasn't just a warm space that people were after. It was kind of a place where they could come and connect with other people, where they'd meet other people. You looked around the table sometimes and there'd be maybe 9 or 10 people, and they all lived on their own. And it was wonderful to see that people were there, maybe having a game of Scrabble, or maybe doing some arts and crafts, where they would have probably been at home on their own. So we decided in the spring of 23 to change the name from Warm Wednesday to Welcome Wednesday, and we continued to run it through the summer.
And we got a bit of funding, some from the diocese, some from Dorset Community Foundation, some from FaithWorks. So we've got some funding from various places to get equipment and supplies and what have you. And so that's really where we've got to now. So it now runs from 9 till 4-ish. They don't tend to leave at 4 now. On a Wednesday, 8 till 11 on a Friday morning. And once a month, we've now extended that to a Saturday morning once a month, where we do a bacon bat breakfast and a clothes swap. So we clear the area of the church, put tables up, and it's like a free jumbled sale, so people can come and drop off clothes they don't need anymore, and people that need clothes can come and help themselves for free.
So basically what I did then, I kind of sort of went out and looked and see what other places were doing. I kind of guessed there was a little bit of a passion inside to sort of find out, to go to other places. So I visited a couple other places that were doing welcome spaces in Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole. And I kind of discovered that other places were doing quizzes. They were doing some other sorts of games and activities. So I introduced the quiz, which we do on a Wednesday afternoon, and that went down very well. And the weeks I wouldn't do it, people would say, "Are you doing the quiz this week?" So yeah, okay, I'll do the quiz. So kind of it grew then. As we were staying open, different people would come in from our neighbourhood and would hear about us, and they'd come in and they'd sit down and we'd talk to them and they'd talk to us. And we kind of discovered then also that we could be a place where just people could come along and be listened to without any judgment, and started to talk to those that come along, and we got some really positive feedback.
In terms of making Jesus known, it's very much a sense of presence and welcome, and the outcome of it is that we've had a number of people who've now transitioned from just coming to visit the welcome space, have now become regular attenders at worship. 2 of our people who've joined us through this scheme are to become confirmed in the cathedral in a couple of weeks' time. And so we've seen faith develop in some people, and in others it's a place where they can come and ask questions without any comeback or judgment, and some really profound questions are being asked. As one guy who's really exploring his faith at the moment, and really drills some hard questions, which is great. It's great fun to answer them, and he's incredibly receptive. Others come because it's a place to be themselves, where they're welcomed for who they are. It's extending Jesus his love rather than his word. But of course the word comes up in conversation. So and people are finding they're being welcomed. People are coming to talk about mental health issues that they've got, grief that they've got, and obviously we can then signpost to external sources for particular help, where specific help's needed. So yes, it's very much a come and be welcomed, and bump into Jesus in the welcome.
I've always had ups and downs in my life, but in 2022 I became extremely unwell, ended up in St Anne's Hospital, and I kind of feel that I'm on a journey now, or a journey of recovery. which is kind of continuous with no real ending. And along that journey, I've connected with different organisations and I've learnt new skills. One of the things I was introduced to along that journey was 5 ways to wellbeing, which is giving, connecting with others, staying active, keep learning and taking notice. So I kind of thought, well, how can we incorporate that into our welcome space? And that's kind of where my ideas and passions come from. So any activities or any sort of ways that I feel that we want to go forward with are kind of based around that 5 ways to wellbeing. I kind of feel that it's so difficult to get support with mental health these days, and a lot of people don't get that support until they hit crisis. But we want to be a place that reaches out to our community, that helps people that maybe are struggling a little bit with what's going on in the world and what they're dealing with. And I see us as a way of maybe capturing people as they fall, and just helping them to pick them up off the ground and help them to walk again, I guess.
The strength of it's evolved in another direction. So it's partly just allowing it to evolve in the way that it's going, and I don't think it's pure coincidence. It's God's guidance. He's taking the skills that we've got, identify a need, and go with it, but be prepared to change. Be prepared for it not to be what you thought it was. I'm a great believer in the old adage, which is quoted many times: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because he's got better plans. And yes, we can perceive certainly very clearly that the Spirit's at work and is moving us in a particular direction. Might not be the direction we thought we were going to go, but we're heading in it. Yeah. So just go for it.